Again, Coach Jay, Full Circle Coaching Consulting. This is the final. This is the last time you're going to hear us. This is the fourth of a four-part series with Coach Frazier and I. We got this started once upon a time with our 360 Degrees of Success podcast. It's still out there on iTunes. All the lessons that we're talking about here, you can find in depth there also. The first thing we talked about was team, systems, and now time. What we want to talk about today is just practical rhythms and routines to make these things as part of the episode. Don't just do it once, but you review them on a regular basis. Frazier?
Yeah, and before we get into that, I want to just, if you guys appreciate this format and enjoy it, please leave us some reviews, leave us some in the comments so that we know we'll do more of these things for you guys, because we love doing them. But let's talk about all of it. So when we coach, we give, the goal, I always tell people, is to create systems and structures to, when you're navigating the world, life throws us curveballs, all sorts of distractions, you name it.
I don't get curveballs.
Never wake ups in the middle of the night from the kids or whatever, drama, right? The reality is, if you have enough systems and structure, and we can teach you all this stuff, but if you never go back to it, you're going to stray off course, and suddenly you're trying to go north and you're heading southwest. And if you keep beating the drum and coming back to our systems, you're going to be able to course correct. And that is the difference between people who are highly conscious and achieving massive things in their life, because they know how to course correct. And so let's talk about that, Jay. How do you do that?
Yeah. You mean aside from like a kid waking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning?
How do you course correct, right?
So there's a couple things. So the first thing that we do is we're really clear. Once you define what your hierarchy of values are for the first time, that it's not always that way. Who you are today is not who you were when you were a little boy. Who I'm going to be next week, there's a good chance it's going to be similar to the guy today, but maybe not. Maybe things will shift. What I know is that like 1 year from now, it's a good chance that guy's going to be different from who he is today. So we, first of all, uncover why and review your hierarchy of core values on a regular basis. It's just the most powerful, impactful thing you can do. 13 questions, 3 answers for each, 39 objective answers that gives you your hierarchy of values. If you've not done this or you'd like to do it, hit us a note, right? I go through this on a regular basis. I'm kind of the values guy with the company. Sometimes Tom this week said, hey, I just need you to do a values review. We need to start over with 0 with this client. Cool. So she's done before. We need to do it on a regular basis. So that's one, regular values review.
Number 2, I know I am successful. If you are a coaching client with us, you have created an absolute template structure that defines what success looks like for you in 7 key areas, right? Physical, mental, social, spiritual, family, financial, career. You nail those down. Look at the YouTube. Look at our blogs. I've gone through that in depth, But what you want to do is you can't just create this. This is what success looks like for me, and look at it next year and expect to be moving closer to it. You've got to pull that out on a regular basis. I have it in my bathroom, and I see it. I got my own little drawer. My wife gives me one.
Way too much here.
I open my drawer. Boom, there it is. Every day. So, but it's in there. It's subconsciously, constantly. I'm checking it. I'm looking at it. I'm reviewing it, so that I know that I'm starting my day with that value-based decision around what success mean for me, so I can make better decisions through the day. So I'm not waiting for. And okay, worst case, what am I also doing? I'm reviewing it absolutely on a minimum basis every quarter, analyzing how well I've done toward living to that goal and what my next action step is.
I'm glad that I know what your bowel routine.
Rhythm, routine. As Tom always says, beat the drum, beat the drum, beat the drum, right? So number 3, what about money? Because money is a huge ESOL for people, right?
Business and life plan intention sheet. You got to know where your money comes from, where it goes, and how you're going to. It's just like a huge thing. Let's just make this as easy as possible. First thing that we have clients do, with all the different dreams in your life and all the different things that you choose to do now, 3 years, 7 years, 20 years in the future, how much money does that cost? And then we have people reverse engineer it to say, well, based on how much it costs, here's how many XYZ clients at XYZ price point you're going to choose. And then what we would have them do is go into number 4 which would be the dynamic time schedule. You want to hit that one?
So, man, there we go. So dynamic time schedule, what you're looking at doing with this rhythm, I'm not sure I'm following you there, Jay, in terms of.
So based on the number of client interactions that you're going to have,
Okay.
So how many hours are you going to dictate to that, right? And with whom and where and why, and how do you not become the slave to your business? You do a DTS.
So do DTS, figure out what kind of, what methods or what things you're going to do to attract that kind of wealth into your life. But here's the big thing. Then you plan it, right? Then you, if you have goals towards, if you're not there yet, then you're going to set goals every single month to try and move yourself closer to that dream life. And you have to set those targets. And if you're not reviewing those targets on a bi-weekly basis to see where you're progressing. And again, when you set that down, you're telling the universe, you're setting that intention that you're gonna create and manifest this into your life. But you have to review it. It has to be there subconsciously, constantly for you to manifest it. It's not just gonna happen out of thin air. So we have clients send us their data every month so we can review it and make sure we hold them accountable.
Yep. So just a quick recap. One, values. Are you doing a values review on at least a yearly basis, sometimes at the start of the year, or when there's big life events that happen? Are you doing a regular business and life plan intention sheet, financial game plan for your life? Are you reviewing statements of success? I know I'm successful when. Are you doing that on a quarterly basis or when you go to the bathroom, Fraser? And then the fourth thing
both, Jay, both.
Is are you reviewing your dynamic time schedule? Are you looking at where you're spending your time? And with all these things, most importantly, why?
So great tips on concluding our 4-step series, including all of those steps. You got to go back over them. You got to review them. You got to have systems and structure to keep beating that drum, to move yourself to the living and creating that conscious life in your ideal.
Hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as we enjoyed doing it. If you enjoyed this, we'll be back for more. We could do like a 10-part series.
Absolutely.
I'd probably
100, Jay, 100.